whenever we are overwhelmed with work, one of our first responses is to work harder. Like that's natural, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, A plus B equals C. There's like, there's a rhythm to it. It makes sense that, oh, I feel like I have a lot of work to do right now. Let me work harder. And one of the things that we have learned personally and spiritually is that we actually need to not work harder. We need to take a break and rest, because if you start working harder, you're going to set yourself up for a whole slew of issues. Whether it's burnout, which we talked about on a podcast, or you're going to go down that rabbit hole of feeling overwhelmed, and it's going to take you to a place where it could lead to a deep depression. And so for us, we have to take a step back and realize, wow, we were not just created to work. We were created to be. And so that's something that we really wanted to just like take advantage of. And so once we were able to take a step back, we realized like, oh, wow, we are creative people. Oh, wow, we do have these fun ideas. And then how can we build these ideas with other people? But because if you're standing too close to the trees, sometimes if you're standing too close to the trees, that you miss the forest. You know what I mean? And
Bro,
so
I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the line.
And so we had to take a step back to be able to see what it is that's actually happening, to see the purpose, to see the why of what we're trying to do. And now we're like, okay, now that we see the why, let's try to figure out a way to actually execute on this idea.
And you have to be really, to your point with what you were saying, I think you have to be really aware of the results that are coming from what you're doing. So like the natural reaction to when you're overwhelmed with work is to work more, work longer, work harder. But that's like why are you overwhelmed with work? Because you were working and your work was working. So more work came. So, and then you kept working harder at that. And like you working more was bringing more work. So there's like a different approach you have to kind of have to it. It's like now you have to bring on teams and restructure and rest and do other things to kind of contain this, I don't know. I'm like picturing right now this like, I guess explosion
like
of
machine,
sorts.
right?
Yeah. Or like a machine.
Stress.
Yeah. Like an engine, right? That's like going and it's just going and it can become faster and harder and stronger. And then all of a sudden it's like getting out of control and there's pins flying loose and stuff because it's not like taking a break. It's not stopping. It's not slowing down and it's not being utilized for the long haul.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's like if you're driving down the road and your engine's kind of starting to mess up and you're like, oh, wow, I don't think I'm going to get to my appointment on time. I need to slam on the gas. No, said no one ever.
Yeah,
if your car's starting to overheat, you don't just slam on the gas to like, okay, let me just try to get there and I'll figure it out when I get there. No, you pull off the side of the road and you assess the problem. And so I think that a lot of the things that we don't have are boundaries inside of our work, right? Where something that you and Jess have really encouraged us in. And Zach, I would love to hear, after I say this, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on it. But Tori and I actually practice Sabbath now. Because whenever we really learned that, wow, like we weren't made for the Sabbath, but the Sabbath was made for us.
Yeah, it's literally a gift from God.
It's a gift.
Like, I made this for you. I made this for you.
Where's that from?
What is that from again? What is that from again?
A glass of milk.
Milk. Get the guy a glass of milk. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway,
Julian something. Anyway, yeah.
So Zach, I wanted to get your thoughts because I don't know, because I feel like you're always operating in the future of us. Like I always ask you what the weather's like in the future because you're a day ahead of us. But you know, for Tori and I, we now Saturdays are just like, no, we don't work.
Yeah.
And that has given us such a great reward because we no longer are feeling that insane, overwhelming feeling because we have 6 days to conquer everything we want to conquer. And then the 7th day, we relax, we rest in it because we know that there's so much more to life than work.
Yeah, dude, Jess and I we look forward so much to Saturdays. And sometimes we do have to work on Saturdays and that's okay. But then we'll shift like Sabbath. We're not made for the Sabbath, like Saturday, we have to do it on Saturday. Sabbath was made for us and we utilize that in different ways. Like, okay, I guess we'll take Sunday off instead because Saturday something came up where we kind of have to get something done, whatever it is. There's like, you're using it in a way that is beneficial to your life. You're using that gift in the right way rather than feeling like you are subject to the rule of this idea or concept that you're, putting like into your life.
Yeah, right. Well, I like that you said that because I flippin' love it. But sometimes when I'm serving at church on a Sunday, it's not a day off. It's not a rest day, you know? And I love serving a child. I love playing piano. I love playing guitar, whatever it is. But it fully isn't the rest that I know God is providing me and that I need to have. So I need to go, I need another day to actually go, this is the Sabbath. And if it's not a day, and I like that you guys mentioned it as well, it's an evening or it's 2 evenings, or just really making sure that when Chelsea comes home from work, I'm not like, every night I got to keep working. It's like, no, I need to stop. And it's okay to be a potato for a few hours and just enjoy time with my wife, you know, and rest. And I'm not good at that. Like, it's been really a long journey to get good at that, especially these last few weeks. There's going to be seasons of life where you don't have it. But the worst thing ever is never going back to it. You know, if you're going to spend 2 weeks, hey, this is 2 weeks of a hustle. The podcast is coming out this week. I want to crush it with my boys. I'm not going to have a full day this week. It's like, that's okay. But your awareness of that means that you need to be responsible and take a day or take 2 days now. You really have to, it compounds really quickly when you stop taking rest. And that's, I don't know how to nail that yet. I'm still learning that. But yeah, I've just noticed the difference in my mental health.
Thank you guys so much for watching this clip. We appreciate it so much. And if you could leave a like and subscribe to the channel, that would help out so much. And if you want to listen to the full podcasts, just head over to the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.